for Stockholm or for NIP is that they have their whole facility in Stockholm, and everybody is based in Stockholm for this team. So they're all playing on land there. That's just what they're used to. But Anonymo, I didn't know if they were all going to be playing on land like that, but they are.
Yeah, they've got paint behind them, which is nice. So, Device in pajamas. Starting on the T side, NIP will be. And we can see Device has a P250. He's got the Florida Man gun in hand as he heads forward. This will be a very interesting series to see how this team is looking. With new man Device. Daddy Device brings plenty of experience to this roster. Of course, I guess maybe that makes Threat Grandpa Threat.
Yes, yes. You know, Lex, I was kind of chuckling when Lex was like, I feel so old. It's like, dude, Threat is on here, and he's just running a team that, you know, it's like average age must be 21.
P250 collected now by Rez. So it's a slow start in this pistol round. We can see Ninjas, though, heading towards this B-bomb site. Looks like a retake situation for Anonymo. And, well, it is a pistol round, so I'm not too concerned with utility as it's purely about the headshots. They are being proactive towards this B-bomb site. I wonder how much research there is for Ninjas in Pajamas to do versus a team such as Anonymo. Same could be said for Hyenas, which we'll see later on today. Walking into the unknown. But here's the execute into the bomb site. And there's nobody home, so indeed it is retake territory for Anonymo. They'll have high ground advantage. You can see Kylar poking around from short as well. Key's been eliminated in the meantime. So now we've got a 4 versus 3 in favor of Anonymo, and it gets better. Innocent with 2. And we've got ZTR and Hampus remaining. And now it's just down to ZTR now looking for the multi-frag. But no, it's a confident one for Anonymo. And if you look at Kylar and Innocent with 4 kills hasn't been...
no in-game audio right now, and it's not tied to PGM.
Innocent hasn't been touched, so he'll get a cheap helmet, as will Kylar. 4 kills for Innocent. Very nice pistol round from him.
Feels like Anonymo were ready for it. They set the trap in mid and allowed Nip to just kind of walk right into it, and just maximum aggression everywhere on the map from Anonymo. Them pushing into mid like that, getting close to connector, realizing that there's nobody here, just really sets them up for success on the defense on the other bomb site. And Nip, you know, cold start from them. The one thing here is that it is going to be a bit of an unknown as far as Nip are concerned. There are some matches to go off of for Anonymo, but it's not like they have a tremendous amount of experience, and we also don't really know how these players are going to perform under the pressure here. I mean, Snacks, yes, major champion, but that was a long time ago. It's been a long time where he's trying to work his way back up into form, and it's going to take immense, let's say, dedication from him in order to get that grind going to come back to form. And so a lot of question marks around Snacks as a player right now, whether or not we're going to get to see the Snacks of old. I mean, in terms of mechanical skill, I was talking about this with Alan earlier going into this match that Alan, our analyst who is working remote from the UK right now, he has, you know,
he never smiles.
He made a good point where it's not so much about mechanical skill with Snacks, but the decision making. And so we'll see just how much that weighs in here for Snacks on this team, right? Because if he can be the one who's kind of guiding the team from behind the lines, maybe they don't need to rely so heavily on him mad fragging.
Defensive utility from Anonymo as Ninjas in Pajamas close the distance, and the angles have been compromised, and there's an opening kill from Plopsky. 3 Desert Eagles on road. Plopsky looking to spray now. Got to be careful. He is carrying the bomb here, but he will deliver some kills as well. This one is quickly collapsing for Anonymo. Key with 4 HP. I'm not sure what else he has to offer in this round, although 2 versus 3, never mind. That will take the rest of the game away. 1 versus 3. I think Key's done all that he can do.
No.
Well then, Ninjas in Pajamas winning the force bite. And Anonymo are going to be on the back foot. Again, this is a promising situation for Ninjas in Pajamas. The debut of Device out of Sweden. I want to see a Dollarhoost on his table.
That is a reference and a half.
Do you have a Dollarhoost in your house?
Absolutely.
Dollarhoost.
Yeah. I married a wife. A wife.
Married a wife? That's a good start.
I married a wife. My woman is from, I don't know, that area. So, yeah, definitely have one in the house. But yeah, that's a reference and a half. And well, all the Swedes out there, and well, Scandinavians in general are going to get it. Everybody else, sorry, look it up. But it is going to be a tied situation now. Nip able to fight back into it with a clean strategy. So going from aggression from Anonymo and the pistol, really trying to take that map presence. This time around, it feels like Nip had a lot more room to work with, and they just had a strategy that they knew that they wanted to go to and had all the room to execute it. So if that's the case, then you know, NIP are, if you give them that kind of room to maneuver with on the T side of Overpass.
We prepare something.
And we are back. Thank you for your patience. If you want to see the rest of that interview, you can find it on the Flashpoint YouTube and many others as well. There's excellent interviews. Credit to Estréia for getting so much information out of those players. Maybe she's got a second job in the future as an interrogator. But indeed, it is the third round. If you are just joining us, Anonymo won the pistol. They were reset by Ninjas in Pajamas with a force buy towards the A bomb site. We find ourselves here. Pistols out for Anonymo. For the most part, they will, well, there is an investment, but it's not a full force buy. We can see they're mostly around $700 with Key holding on for an AWP, it seems. Device creeping with the M4 around Party. He's got some friends in tow as well as Anonymo look for some pot shots. Ninjas in Pajamas with plenty of utility. And that's to be expected when you've got threat behind you. Of course, he can't be talking to the players right now, but he'll definitely be a man who sets a lot of structure for the squad. Anonymo being patient as well. Just fishing for some headshots. Innocent will try to get a crossfire on site, but they will be promptly deleted by the ninjas.
Need a little bit of that StarCraft micro up here right now. For Anonymo, got to get these players in a better position to deal with that push, but I expect to see this from Nip. Steady play, not going to be many weaknesses. I mean, you can't really do too much about getting headshot in the face like that, but you're not going to be able to go past that point here, Kyler. Because they're going to be hanging around, exactly. And so trade situation, perfectly fine. AK gets recovered, 4 rifles held onto by NIP, and they are doing just dandy. Another round of eco coming up here for Anonymo as well. So we should see more of the same here, although NIP deciding to call a tactical timeout. Interesting. A tactical timeout getting called by NIP. I was expecting another technical timeout, but we shall see.
Oh, so if you are wondering what the issue was, it seems that Ninjas in Pajamas have some routing issues with German servers, and they were requesting one a little closer to home, which doesn't make the world of sense, really, with Anonymo not in Sweden, but yeah, found some common ground here, as we can see. So I like the half buy from Anonymo. I think a lot of people go for the full force buy there, but just in terms of money, that could have left them a little short on grenades and such in the full buy round. So they want to start off on the right foot, at least in their first buy round. Of course, having been reset on the pistol, they started off on the wrong foot. But they can still make amends for that in the rounds to come. But for now, it will be the USPs on roads. That was a satisfying straight line of players for a short time.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to get a satisfying straight line of players here. Surprise, surprise! Facing as many USPs as possible. Rez is freaking out. Doesn't look like he was able to get all of the information there, unfortunately. Device. As in just how many players he was facing. So Rez had to play a little bit carefully, but they will be able to back off with 4 alive here in Anonymo, and they've recovered that M4 as well. Bomb is getting planted in the meantime on the B side. And so a little bit of a gimmick. And it works. I mean, they get a kill on Device, but again, if they just get a kill on Device, Device will be perfectly happy just taking an op in the next round and leaving it at that.
Yeah, so that is a great opportunity for us to see an early AWP-esque Device in the Ninjas in Pajamas system.
And who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah, there's a lot of people tuned in to see that. Very curious to see how this one will go. Really nice interview with Innocent there as well, while we had a break. And there's some clues into the potential problems for Anonymo in terms of different players having different ideas and so on. Some wanting to play fast, some wanting to play slow. So it seems if they get into difficult positions mid to late rounds, we may see some cracks in the integrity for Anonymo. Something to look out for as this progresses, maybe more on the T side. But perhaps it will have some part to play in rotations as well. But maybe they've overcome it. time will tell. Interestingly, there won't be an AWP just yet. Instead, we've got the UMP on ZTR and rifles for the rest of Ninjas in Pyjamas. But Snacks will have the AWP for Anonymo. How about that for a combo? The smokes and the mollies, and Ninjas in Pyjamas have 0 map control immediately towards party. Nil point, nothing whatsoever. So we'll see how Anonymo play around this. Only 2 players towards B, despite this forward position on the A bomb site.
Yep, and this is all according to plan. Just get in here quick and trade. ZTR gets in, manages to pick up 1 and 2, and this is definitely meta on Overpass right now, which is to just hit B site super hard and expecting the aggression in mid, expecting Anonymo to try and take the map control and do as all CTs should, which is to get, you know, a little bit of pressure over towards Birthday, a little bit of pressure towards Long, show some presence, force some utility out of NIP. NIP just pull the trigger and go for a very quick take on the B site. Snacks with a nice shot on Hampus, though, could bring this back into things here for Anonymo, 3-on-3 retake.
Yeah, they're moving back, though, into Connector, not wanting to give everything up. They did have the fuse kit on Snacks, but he'll fall back as well. It's interesting from Anonymo, they had the double incendiaries around the playground position. But, again, a lack of challenge there from Ninjas in Pyjamas, and only 2 players on the B bomb site didn't have the numbers. NIP moved in. And we find ourselves at 4-1.
A little bit of a chat going on with the players. I like it. Good sportsmanship. Nip thanking Anonymo for the patience for waiting while we got that server issue sorted out. Innocent saying no worries. Hope it goes well. I like it. Respect on both sides here in this match. And well, NIP in the lead comfortably here, 4-1 on the T side of Overpass, and already it feels like they've got a good sense of what they want to achieve here at the beginning of this map. Snacks with some aggression, but he's getting body blocked, and unfortunately for him, it is going to be the boost over. But not spotting anybody in Monster. Super passive play from ZTR over towards that side of the map means no targets for Snacks.
Yeah, it looks like this default from Anonymo when they've got money, the smoke and the mollies towards the towards this area is something that NIP wants to challenge. Snacks can't be whiffing too many shots like that because it will prove to be very expensive indeed. That is that was a sitter for him. Device will not allow him to get away with that. A swing from Plopsky, and hold on a second, we've got Hampus here to cut the numbers out, and Rez if necessary, but Hampus will find 2. So Anonymo have been massively outpositioned by Ninjas in Pyjamas. An early play up along allows them to take the A-bomb site, and there's nothing else to be done here for Anonymo.
Rez is just he is the dirty bandit at long, man. He loves to play that spot, plays restrooms on CT as well. Just knows the timings, knows how to play aggro, and not surprising to see him just ninja his way onto that A site. If he's not going to get challenged, if Anonymo don't realize that he is going to be putting pressure there, he is going to take full advantage of it. And there really wasn't too much of a hope there for Anonymo in that situation. Interesting to see Snacks going toe-to-toe with Device on the op. I mean, bold. All right, you need to have some bravery there.
Well, he should have got the kill there. I mean, you have to, you know, if you give your opponent too much respect, you're going to lose. So he has to play his game, but he's got to land his shot as well, and that was a massive position to lose immediately, having missed that one. Who knows what this round looks like? I mean, NIP still had a strong position towards long, so there's a reasonable chance they come out on top anyway. Just in that brief round, they look better prepared, but we'll see. Small sample size so far. Now, there are money troubles for Anonymo. Kylar with 34.50 will soon see what they're able to do with their money. Hampus with that second one as well. Again, had res if needed. But again, this is going to be a ropey buy for Anonymo, and they're not going to invest too much. Well, they'll leave some money in the hole, but as we can see, it's the M4, the MP9. If they went for the full investment, it would have been crap. One of the 2 incendiaries missing there, which allows NIP to make their way through that smoke. Not really being too deterred by this early utility at NIP.
No, but Minyo's about to be in a world of trouble here. Plopsky, Hampus, Rez have got him boxed in. And so long as he stays there, I mean, if Plopsky goes down, he could have an out. ZTR isn't in a position to punish him if he goes water. And nice, finds that kill. Now Rez has to worry about getting flanked. Device is going to be bringing it up as they work their way onto this A site. Dude, this is going to be Crazy.
Oh.
Easy free kill, and now the A site under control, apart from Minio, who could cut this in half, but ZTR is more than aware of it. He is ready for this flank coming in from Minio. Easy kill, and now you've got the A site.
Yeah, that was a really important kill. There was a time where I wondered if Minio would meet the solo bomb carrier, but ZTR, he's close enough to clean up. They will move carefully as Innocent tries to shift walk. He'll do that at least, but he'll shift walk to his doom. So now we've got a 2 versus 3 situation. And maybe this is a round where they could consider a gamble. Snacks will certainly be doing that. Key will be moving away.
Yeah, and yeah, Key will be. I mean, both of them should be hightailing it out of here. Maybe an MP9 kill.
Yeah, he was moving away, but I
That's
suppose he's
unfortunate.
like, screw it, let me try and get a better weapon at least.
Yeah, an MP9 kill, the bonus money at least, maybe that could have done something for him. Snacks moving back in here, though, is a bit weird. He doesn't have a kit.
There might be
So-
one here, but he already gave the sound cues that he was running away, so maybe he's trying to...
Because he's just not
Bait
thinking that it's
something?
worthwhile to save the AK for the next round.
Maybe he's hiding in plain sight. It's a bit unclear. Is he
Uh,
going to survive here? I suppose he is.
close, a near run thing.
Alrighty then.
So he got, I mean, he saves that AK for the CT side. One-shot headshot capability on the CT side always makes a difference. But yeah, it is really good to see. I mean, this is as close as we're going to get to LAN for now. But at least all of the players, all 10 players, are on boot camp together. So they have that element. We don't get to say that, you know, this one team might have an advantage here because they're all together in the same location. Not so. Both of these teams are experiencing that, so it kind of balances out. Ooh, run boosted Molly.
Oh,
Not good.
yeah, not quite hitting the mark there. Oh, that's some good damage. Oh, you won't even make it. Again, the double mollies, so this time they're being more successful now. NIP haven't respected them, but this time they will fall, and this is the advantage Anonymo needed. 4 players with the aggression towards A, playing against NIP's lack of respect of their utility.
Oh, wow, and they keep pushing as well. Easy kill for Device. Oh, he has no idea that there's a second man here, though. Has to be careful with that dig. Surprise, surprise.
Oh my God.
Oh, there it is. The no-scope headshot.
Not like this. This is not supposed to be how it plays after this control from Anonymo. Device announcing his presence in his new threads. There's a trade from Plopsky. No fear whatsoever. 2v2 now, and there's some sound cues for Key, and there goes Device. Plopsky's got 50 seconds. He's got a potential 1v1 here. Doesn't know where Innocent is. Doesn't matter because Key will deliver. The second round for Anonymo. They lose 3 players, though, so it will be expensive.
Yeah, right eye peek. Advantage there for Key at the end. Make short work of him. And the spacing is quite there for an IP with the pair. But interesting decision for them to just go back in here and try and take it over again. Yeah, nice shot from Device.
I need to see that again. That was nasty.
But main thing is that, okay, how often are you going to get aggressive like this? If you're going to keep getting aggressive like this, there can be a change of strategy from NIP where they can keep going towards B early. Use a similar strategy. What we saw earlier, Rez is going to regain his vision in time, and so, once again, Innocent not going to get that flick, and nobody is here to cover Rez. He is fighting alone. There's Device with the trade.
Yep, NIP realized that this is going to be a common battleground. I think it seems to be key to Anonymo's strategy to try and control as much of the map as possible, take the game away from Ninjas in Pajamas. A noble strategy, but we'll see how it plays out. 6-2, not too shabby for Ninjas in Pajamas, and they've got a man advantage now after these early losses for Anonymo. It's a pop flash, and maybe the swing from Kylar, indeed. Some information found. Not sure how many of these 3 players he would have spotted. What can they do here? They need some individual performance right now, Anonymo, to bring things back, and NIP may be reading that, so being very patient, using their time well. 54 seconds, and indeed Kylar still having a look, and he is indeed surrounded. Rifle support for the bomb carrier comes through now. Flashbang's being eaten, and down goes Kylar. 44 seconds, and surely Key's got to rotate to join Minio, or at least make a play towards the A bomb site. Looking for the multi-frag is Minio. It's a 180 from ZTR. 4 versus 1 now. This one falling to pieces, and Anonymo are heading towards Eco Town.
Yeah, that is a problem, and wow. I mean, well, more of the same. It really does feel like ZTR is comfortable on this map. This is kind of that home comfort pick for him. Ever since he's joined the roster, he's seemed to do well with the team, and the team is also there, although they have experienced some bumpy times recently in terms of recent results. ZTR, 7 kills. He was going to be a guy that we need to keep an eye on going into this match, just in terms of individual performance. It's been a bit of a struggle for him. Was rocking like a 0.83 rating, 0.84 rating going into this match, which is 0.85. Okay, fine, 0.85 rating going into this match. So not impressive statistics, but maybe bringing Device onto the team, getting a little bit more comfortable. He just needs time as well. There's always an element of it. Could be seeing him come into his own and start to carry some of that weight here for NIP. But a 7th round on the board for NIP. On the T side, just fully in control of the situation, it feels. It feels like Anonymo are the ones who are kind of having to go for this gimmicky aggression. And, yeah, it's not going to keep working.
Rez is a fragger.
Wow, yeah, Rez is a savage. 8 kills so far for Rez. That's another thing that could bode well here for the Ninjas. Rez, Plopsky, I mean, all eyes on Plopsky as well. He recently experienced a dip in performance. So this, maybe because they've actually had, like a month since their last official match. They've had a few weeks now to work with Device. It could have been that time, that reset where their players are going to be feeling well rested. They're going to be feeling prepared. And we're going to get to see a resurgence in their performance and their individual levels as they've had time to kind of iron out some of the kinks here on these different maps. Really does seem like NIP want to make Overpass a thing for them. They are definitely a team that is going to benefit from Ancient getting added to the pool, though, because they don't want to play Train either, by the looks of things. And so Train gets taken out. If you just shift a lot of time into preparing Vertigo now, you can still have, or not Vertigo, but Ancient. You can have Vertigo as your permaban still, and you just swap over to to Ancient and see what you can do there. That's actually, it's pretty interesting here as far as the veto is concerned for NIP going forward. Just get rid of Train. Goodbye, good riddance. It left the station. It's done.
What now from Anonymo? They've got the incendiaries for their early play towards the playground position. There's the first one. I see the smoke as well. Device, see what he's up to here as he make a play through the smoke. Looking for some more aggression from Anonymo, a potential push. We've only 4 players with rifles. There'll be aggression somewhere. I can see Snacks has gone deep on long with the AWP, and that's been a problem for Anonymo in previous rounds. Now, not seeing anything early towards A. Looks like we might have a 3rd player in Minio heading towards that B bomb site, which will be the problem again. All of the Ninjas in Pyjamas here. Device was lurking, looking for a push, but he's on his way now. Down goes Key through the smoke, and ZTR charging through. Plopsky's here to trade, and there are huge problems on the B bomb site for Anonymo. Minio needs help. He's got utility flying in his direction, and how long will he last? Down goes Plopsky, just jumping over the water with no one to trade. Minio's buying time for his team to rotate now with another kill. Overperformance from him. And Snacks, who was holding long, coming in from the back. And he's got the USP versus the AWP. Lost his angle now. Ninjas in Pyjamas will plant. How on earth does he clutch this one, Snacks? Doesn't have a kit on him. And he is out of here.
Yep, answer is he does not. And that is so unfortunate. Minio doing the best he could. Rotated in early thanks to the information. Device backing off. And they are able to make that play because Snacks is all the way up at long. He's giving so much info in sense of, I'm not seeing anybody here at top mid. I'm not seeing anybody playground. It's a lot of info to go off of, especially with the presence and connector as well from Anonymo at the start. So it meant that they could get that extra body over towards B. It's all looking up. Unfortunately, though, it just didn't pan out for the B anchors. And Anonymo, they're going to lose another round here. 8-2. For NIP on the T side. And I'm actually kind of surprised that we're not seeing more of the very fast execute onto B from NIP, because it went so well the first time they used it, and it feels like it's still such a powerful strategy that you almost always see it here on Overpass, used a lot on the T side. So, oh, he just got left into the smoke too. That's just agony. It would be good to see a little bit more of like a change of pace coming out here from NIP. Just get in there fast and smash them.
It's a very clean Dragon Law in the hands of Device. Rumor has it the IBO power sticker on the scope makes it shoot faster. Classic strat. Control connector with the smoke. Boost to look into short Bs. Any fast play could easily be caught off. And that's another swing and a miss from Snacks. He's really not hitting the mark, quite literally with AWP so far on the CT side of Overpass. So maybe he's gone in cold. They are being dominated now by ninjas in pajamas, but how many whiffs are we going to see? This is not a map where you can take such an aggressive angle and just miss consistently like this. Because it really crushes your opportunities, especially when it's almost a hero AWP as it is in this round. There's a cameo appearance from the M4, but really we're looking for that AWP to have some heavy output, and I don't know if it's if there's more than one kill that's been with that AWP.
Just kind of hoping that Anonymo right now are kind of posted up, hoping they can maybe sneak in here and get that op. Rez is working his way through. MP9, no, not an MP9, AK's. AK in hand, and Innocent gets a bullet to the face. Kyler's still hanging around here, though. Plopsky, is he going to check this angle? He very well should. Unbelievable. He actually gets a kill out of that. But they are not going to be able to recover the AWP. They'll have to do it the dirty way, or they're going to have to save up and buy in the next round here.
Hold on
Anonymo.
a second. We got 1v3, and Key's got an M4. 20 seconds to plant the bomb. He'll get sprayed through the wall. There was a chance for a 1v1 as the bomb got planted there, but Hampus just knows his angles too well, so that won't happen. But again, the AWP is not the weapon to go missing with here. Snacks has really got to turn things around. It's so crucial to being around toilets and just slowing down the advance of Ninjas in Pajamas to have an AWP on the server. But going for these aggressive picks, just whiffing and dying immediately is not going to be conducive to winning rounds. So again, we've got that execute towards the playground position, but nobody is towards A for Ninjas in Pajamas. Speaking of fast plays and pacing, they're going straight into the B bomb site. It will cost them 2 though. Nice spray from Key, and no one else is here. Well, there's one player by Graffiti falling back now, waiting for that rotation, and in it comes towards short B.
Nice prediction there from Anonymo. You see that change of pace coming in from NIP. They called it, and Key put up one hell of a fight, so very well played on his part. But there's still 3 ninjas on this site, looking to get that bomb planted. But that would put them in a 4v2, so they're kind of hoping to get a kill here to try and bring it a little bit back their way before they commit to that bomb plant.
Really failed that smoke grenade up top. This makes things even more awkward. Minho with the boost from short B, and ZTR has been dispatched of. 4 versus 2, the numbers are favorable for Anonymo, but Device is lurking with the AWP. You can see the bait set up there, but he's still alive, looking for players towards Monster. Falling back now for some more cover. Hampus looking for a multi-frag. Almost got a crossfire, but now it's just Device. Smoke is down to create some space for himself. Holding angles now, and Snacks has got to deliver this time. Switching out for the AK-47, Device has got an angle for the bomb. Look at the transfer, almost but not quite. The bomb will be defused. Surely goes back for the AWP, focusing on damage instead, won't get any more. Anonymo have a 3rd round on the board.
Yeah, and Device does not survive that round. He goes down, he doesn't manage to get another kill either. So a little bit of a saving grace there for Anonymo. But you got to give it to Key, getting 2 kills in that spray down. That was impeccable. He saw it coming. And he was the hero of that round for Anonymo, trading himself dearly and doing a lot of damage. More importantly, slowing down NIP, not letting them get that bomb planted early. So deep molly going in again, and the second molly. Device saw it though this time and does not run into his death. So not going to catch him the same time or the same way twice.
That is such a specific execute. Your default includes a run boost every round, and so far so good. It's a very aggressive smoke. NIP not in the biggest position to respond to this towards the B bomb site. You can see Rez slowly making his way to his teammates with the bomb in hand. ZTR turn to make his way through Monster, and he needs a multi-frag here. Close, but not quite. Plopsky, instant trade, and the B bomb site is taken. Catches the flanks as well, Hampus. And that leaves Snacks with the M4A4. 1 versus 3, and he will be dealt with as well. Ninjas in Pajamas just looking much stronger, to be honest.
Super clean, super cool. And all that aggression in mid, I like the fact that NIP are just rotating hard on to be at that point. They're telling themselves, listen, if there are that many bodies mid setting up the double incendiary, setting up the flashes, pushing up aggro, there has to be a weakness that we can exploit here on the B site. That timing, by the way, the second flash that ZTR peeks behind is brutal. It just pops right as Innocent wants to take the peek. It's so clean, and that's definitely something that NIP have practiced. And so right now I feel like there's just a difference in preparation between the 2 teams. You can see that NIP, they continue to be that polished machine that just works so well. Whereas Anonymo right now, the scrappiness, it's getting them rounds, but it's not going to get them the win.
Surely they see something on the radar here. I can see Key's head on both. Yep, they realize it now. I don't think they saw it on their screens, but the radar must have given it away there. And this is another quick dismantling of Anonymo. Plopsky's been really fast on the trade frags towards B when necessary, like lightning fast, to just keep that space open for Ninjas in Pajamas.
So that's his job. If ZTR is going to run in first, he's got to be right on his heels. So if ZTR goes down, right, he gets killed by barrels, boom, Plopsky's there to trade that kill, and you maintain the man advantage and roll onto the bomb side as the T side. And so we should expect to see very clean pacing like that from NIP. But they should be right behind each other, ready to help, and you can see it again here. Nice attempt, though. No, he's going to do a little bit more, but that is going to be another round on the board for NIP, and NIP right now are just crushing. They are just crushing this Polish team.
I have to acknowledge that Device is progressing as a skin connoisseur with presumably almost unlimited budget. We're seeing some very tasty items in the inventory. That knife is spicy. That M9 spiderweb. Look at it. Look at that. I am ever so slightly
he's got no
jealous.
gloves.
Just a little bit.
He's got no gloves, though. Where are the gloves, Mortal?
Well, Snacks has landed an AWP shot, so that's a good start. I know he's looking for some very specific withered gloves. I don't know what they're called.
Okay.
But he has put notice out on Twitter about them.
Snacks is having a round. It's a good time for him to wake up. His team is not really having that impact 40 ADR right now from Snacks. Hardly any utility damage. So he needs to start waking up if the team are going to be able to pull through here in this 15th round. But we're back into a 3-on-3. NIP doing a very good job of just keeping their cool. This perfect timing! Man, that's so frustrating.
Yeah, that's the bomb. That's a big pickup. And Anonymo, you got two choices here. One is to try and defend the bomb. The other one is to fall back and defend the bomb site, because NIP don't know if there are CTs lurking or not. So regardless of where Anonymo go, they still have to try and carefully retrieve the bomb, which does kill some time for them. Anonymo will choose a two-man setup on the bomb site itself, and a rotation looking very unlikely at this point. That clock ticking, and we can see Innocent with an off angle towards Connector. Minio is still curious, though, with 25 seconds on the clock. He's going to have a look and give up the kill there, leaving his teammate alone on the bomb side. That's very curious, considering the position, maybe not trusting each other. I don't know. Key now trying. He's got a lot to do, and that's very unfortunate indeed. Innocent now with 6 HP in a 1 versus 2. The trajectory gives a position away from both these players, in fact. Creeping through the smoke now, but ZTR is waiting for him. And it will be just 3 rounds in the half for Anonymo. NIP smashing them from start to finish. More Counter-Strike to come after this break. Anonymo maybe giving away a slight advantage in that last round, leave the CT side with a mere 3 rounds on the board. Looking a little puggy at times. We'll see what they can do on the T side. Again, in that interview with Freya, there was mention of mid to late round being a potential issue for them, people having different ideas and so on. So we'll see if they can synchronize here on Overpass.
There's no op to drop, so I don't know why Nip are thinking that this is going to be a rush B. But there we go. There we have it. 4 players on B site for NIP right now. Device was spotting out mid, trying to get an idea of things. He hasn't seen anybody, but Plopsky clearing out sewers, clearing out that area might actually give this away. Anonymo have just spread across the entire map, and they're setting themselves up. So there's not going to be any early aggression out of either team here. It's going to be just feeling each other out.
Can see Innocent creeping in the bogs with the P250. No disabled access in these toilets. I have alerted Valve to no response, of course. Oh, we've got some stereo frags across the map for ninjas in pajamas. That's a lovely flick from Device. He's definitely coming into this one warm. Kylar and Minho left, and it is death by paper cuts. My God. 4 kills for Device on the A-bomb site in his first game for Ninjas in Pajamas. Massive smile on his face.
Dude, how triggered are you if you're Astralis right now? You're just like, so they get Anonymo, huh? I mean, some of these teams, their first round matchup was just utterly brutal. FaZe G2, I mean, just can't catch a break. And you got Nip over here, just like, yeah. So about that first round, Anonymo, they're putting up a fight. They're trying to. Right now, it's going to be the 4 spy straight up rush B. 3 players here for NIP.
Oh, super blind. Hampers though, it's got help from Plopsky. And Kylar and Innocent remain. I don't think a bomb plant is likely. Device is here as well. Instant fallback from NIP when those first grenades came through. But it has cost him 2 players at least.
It has, and Innocent is not going to be around for very long. That's right, James. Leave the phone on the floor. They're not going to be around for very long. 3 players here at B. Innocent kind of stuck, and he is dead. MP9 picking up the kill. Bonus money in the pocket. NIP looking very comfortable indeed right now on this CT side. And, well, they get to have all the options.
I think Mirage is looking less likely now.
Perhaps, yeah.
But
it's worthwhile. I mean, is it worth mentioning that this is actually Nip's pick?
yes,
So
absolutely.
Overpass, you know, it doesn't seem like it's a very strong pick for Anonymo. It could be a stronger pick for Nip, and so Anonymo is saying, well,
Yep.
we'll just have to get the job done on Nuke and Mirage.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you're looking at playing a series of 3 maps. And that's fair enough. So we'll see what they're able to bring. But this one's not over just yet, and well, it's getting a bit closer though. More action towards this tunnel. Lovely choke point for the CTs to spray. Seems like it'll be a fast eco round. Indeed it will be. Game point for Ninjas in Pajamas.
Nice try there, Hampus. Trying to get those eco frags. Gotta pump the stats. Gotta get more kills. Poor Plopsky, man. He's still kind of lagging. 8 kills for him. He's been missing out on the action. ZTR, top fragging on the map. Gonna bump those numbers up. He's even in the last 6 months, he's still not quite at a 1.0 rating on the map. So definitely, if it's going to be a home map for him, he needs maps like these to, you know, pump those numbers up a little bit. It is going to be a buy, and they are going to have just enough for some Galils. And there's a bullet care of Rez. Snacks has had... It's been a very difficult map, let's say, for Snacks.
Yeah, it's been awful, let's be honest. But again, sometimes you've got to get the derp out of your system, and maybe this map is the one to do it. Doesn't look strong for Anonymo anyway, so if they can come into map number 2 with a fresh attitude and some stronger team play, then that might just be enough.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, we're going to get to see how things go here on Nuke. We'll get to see how the Ninjas have decided to implement Device as well on the map with that AWP. It's going to be interesting to see how he's playing out there with Hampus. But I think all hope right now lies on Anonymo having something special prepared for Nuke, their map pick.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say there was minimal resistance here on Overpass, but perhaps for Anonymo the game has just begun. We'll find out when we head to Nuke, but before we do, it'll be a break and then the thoughts